there, my name is Rabbi, and you're Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. This is a review of BRZRKR, whatever you want to pronounce it. This book over here. The book that Keanu Reeves famously fronted on, what was it, Indiegogo or Kickstarter? He crowdsourced it. Very, very clearly trying to own the next property he's going to be making a movie out of, or making a movie series out of. And we all love Keanu Reeves. That's the thing. Everybody loves Keanu Reeves. Everybody wishes him success. The book isn't that great. I think the movie will be fun. The book, as a comic, which is how I review comics, isn't that great. It's mediocre. Mediocre is how I describe it. Now, yeah, I'm able to come at this review with this because I didn't back it. So if you backed it, you're gonna have a higher opinion of it because you just put your money into it. That's how crowdsourcing works. So why am I making this video? I have a YouTube channel. And I'm trying to monetize that YouTube channel by doing the same thing as Keanu Reeves, just not quite as successfully. I have an Indiegogo going on over here. Go check it out. Freaking awesome. The link is in the video notes. The first thing you're going to come to. Go check it out. They're better than this guy. Honestly, and I'm not just saying it because I wrote these comics. They are genuinely better than this comic. They really are. But we'll go into why when I get into the review. So yeah, two freaking awesome graphic novels, meaty ones. 220 pages and 105 pages plus. But wait, there's more, and I really like that I get to legitimately say that. You get these posters, these are going to be A2 posters. Doctor Who. My channel is essentially a Doctor Who one. I'm branching out doing comic book stuff because I'm selling comics. I figured I should start talking to comic readers. That's a good idea. So you get these posters. You get a series of, I would say, very, very stylish art cards called For the Male Gaze, based on what titillated me as a wee tot, as a 12-year-old. So we got Party Like It's 1999. We got Keeping the British End Up. And yes, it is indeed up. We have Don't Even Think It, Citizen. Oh, Judge Anderson, you know I'm thinking it. You know I am thinking it. We have No Hanky Panky in the TARDIS. And of course we have I'm sensing very strong emotions, Captain. I'm sensing them from my pants. That's correct. So yeah, but I'm not sensing strong emotions from BRZRKR, which is a clever title. And honestly, I love Keanu Reeves. I wish him every success. I think this will be a great movie series. As a comic book, what's missing from this that you don't get in a lot of the Comicscape books, the crowdfunded books, is this real push, this yearning to earn your eyes on the next panel. It feels a bit complacent, right? It feels like they know you're there, and to a great extent you are there, and you're there because of Keanu Reeves, because you love Keanu Reeves. Now, these aren't bad books. These aren't bad books at all. And again, it's really cool seeing a movie way before it's made, which is essentially what this is. So, so let's have a quick look at the credits. Keanu Reeves and Matt Kindt. Did he write it? Maybe. I think he sat with Matt Kindt and went over the ideas, and Matt Kindt wrote the script. The script is where it actually gets let down, because it doesn't utilize, again, in my opinion, the comic book format well at all. Clem Robinson does the art. Bill Crabtree, Ron Garney is on the art and colored by Bill Crabtree. Ron Garney likes early Frank Miller a lot, so the whole thing is very, very, very early Frank Miller ripoff. And it kind of shows that it's not as good, which is the thing. Look, it's okay ripping off Frank Miller if you're good at it, but not really. So we start off, we've got this very cinematic opening. It's a big book. I think it's, 48 pages? But the pacing's a bit off. Now, comic book pacing is something I talk about a lot. I just reviewed Batman, issue 106, which is, the pacing there was pretty much perfect. It was, you want to feel that you have enough of a story that you go through it, but you don't want to feel like you go through it too quickly. So this is you going through it too quickly. So it was again 48-page book. It took me about 6 minutes to read. Whereas in the Batman book, which is probably half the length, probably less than half the length, took me about twice that to read, right? Because there was more going on there. But again, you do see this is a very cinematic opening. The slow pan out. And it's okay. Right now, it's okay. So now we finally get introduced to who this character is. And it's a bit derivative. It's a bit derivative. He's the special ops agent who has superpowers, and those powers kind of like unfold, as the issue goes on. He's being dropped into like this kind of black ops thing. And yeah, again, we've seen Captain America jump out of a plane and Iron Man jump out of a plane. It's not a particularly new thing, right? It's not particularly new. But this is where I think it starts to go. Actually, next page, after the next page starts to go off the rails. So you see here, the guy loves Frank Miller. This is very, very, very Frank Miller-esque. And I think he's using his love of Frank Miller, his style, to hide his lack of ability as an artist, his lack of ability to tell a story visually. And I think this is a crutch that he's resting on. And again, haven't seen any of the stuff he's done before, but that's really the feeling I got from this book. So then we get this like massive action sequence as he breaks into this government, this like presidential palace or something, and just starts plowing through people and tearing them apart. They keep trying to kill him. He cannot die, so they start. It's very bloody. It's very violent. Again, look, we're gonna love this when they make a movie of it. But you see the visual storytelling here. It's not very dynamic, and this is a very, very dynamic action sequence, which. I just feel like, if you look at the position of the panels, they're very static. Everything is very, very static. I just get the feeling they're not desperate for you to buy the next issue. They're not desperate to impress you. They're not desperate to get you to turn the page and read that thing, which, Comicsgate books are, because the people making them, I just love them beyond any imagination. This is clearly for Keanu Reeves to earn more money from his next movie series. And good luck to him, because as I said, we all love Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves. I just wish the comic was a bit better for him, right? So again, you see, again, very violent. He's ripping arms off. He's beating people with them. But again, I just wish it was better. I wish this was told in a more exciting way, which it really should be. It's a very exciting action sequence. So like we're a good way through the comic right now, and I've just whizzed through it, right? Just like, because it's a kind of bog standard action sequence. But again, more Frank Miller action here as he goes through the window. Look, if you read those old Ronins or was it Ronin? Daredevils? Yeah, Ronin, where he like goes through with glass. This is so how Frank Miller does that. It's like, it's okay. You like Frank Miller. It's good. You like early Frank Miller. I like him too. I think he's good. But you see, like, this guy just keeps getting blown up and shot, and he will not die. Like, he will not die. You see, he's like a wreck, and he makes it to his quarry, who's trying to escape. And pummels him to death. By the way, spoilers. If you ever want to spoilers, pummels him to death. Quite bloody. And you see how bad he is right there. His face is right there. And he rips out his heart, and he looks over at the kid, and it looks like he takes a bite of it. But why not show it, right? It should be showing him, ripping a bit out. It should be showing the brutishness of it. He's showing it to his son. I think this is a bit of a flashback where he sees himself or something or other. So then we get a little bit of exposition. And again, I think this is a weakness in the writing. What really should have happened is, again, in my opinion, the whole issue should have been this raid, this from the beginning to the with backstory peppered all the way through it. And there's a lot of interesting backstory, but it kind of gets concertinaed in the last 10, 20 pages, 10, 15 pages. Which is unfortunate, because the way to do exposition that you don't notice exposition, James Cameron was the one who really worked this out, is do it during action sequences. During the Terminator movies, they gave the exposition as Michael Biehn and Linda Hamilton was running from the Terminator. They come from the future, and because you're doing it in such urgency, it doesn't feel clunky, right? Here it just feels like compartmentalized. So we see he's working for this government ops, black ops thing, and it comes pretty apparent they're trying to work out why he's got superpowers, like why he won't die, and they're going in, into a lot more details of that. So then it turns out he's not just he not just can't be killed, but he's never been killed. He's very, 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 very old. And, they did this in Powers, and I think they did it much better in Powers when suddenly about 3 or 4 years into the run, maybe even more, the main character turned out to be immortal and had lived forever, and he's only got about a 60 to 80 year memory span, so he doesn't remember his life. This guy remembers every part of his life. But again, you could have told this during the whole chase attack sequence. So in the end, like we find out how he is when he flashes back to his birth. He remembers his birth. He remembers everything, and it turns out it looks like he's a prehistoric person, right? Prehistoric man. Not a recommend, I'm afraid. I mean, it's okay, and I want Keanu Reeves to do well because I really like Keanu Reeves. But in terms of a comic, in terms of a good, solid comic, not a recommender. I will give this I'll give it a 4 out of 10. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. I'm not really, I'm not running to buy the second issue. Of the 4 books I've reviewed this week, it's been Swamp Thing, it's been American Chavez, and it's been Batman. Now, Batman, I'm definitely really impressed with. That one I'm rushing to get next month's copy. Swamp Thing, slightly less so. This really not at all. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10. Listen, Keanu, you got the money, mate. The campaign's over. The money's in the bank. I'm glad you did well. I just wish, a little more. I just wish somebody had sweated blood and bullets, and tears over this comic, which they didn't. And that's always the better comics. So you know what Comics Point 1 does put blood and tears over its these ones. Go check them out. The link's in the note now. It's on Indiegogo. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Go share them, baby. 2 freaking awesome graphic novels. And I hate to say it. I really hate to say it. Better, really better than Berserker. Better than Berserker. My name is Phil Beckett, the Rabbi for Another Planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.